everybody. You are listening to the Zero Altitude Outdoor Podcast with your host, Brandon Garrett. For this podcast, we would like to thank Texas Torches, offering quality lighting solutions at affordable prices. Our favorite are their headlamps, the Elite Series and the Predator Series. The super bright LED, fully waterproof, rechargeable, backed by a limited lifetime warranty. That's Texas Tough. You can reach them at texastorches.com. We'll be doing a giveaway for your choice of Elite Series or a Predator Series headlamp. All you have to do is follow our Instagram page at Zero Altitude Outdoors. Give us a follow. Also, our Facebook page, you can find us also at Zero Altitude Outdoors. You can give us a like. One other thing, you can go to our YouTube channel at Zero Altitude Outdoors and subscribe. So to enter, you have to follow our Instagram, like our Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. On our Facebook page, we will have a giveaway post. You must also comment on that post and tag 2 friends. On August 31st, we'll be doing a Facebook Live where we will determine a winner. Once again, all you have to do to enter is give our Instagram page a follow, go like our Facebook page, go to our YouTube channel and give us a subscribe. Find our giveaway post on our Facebook page, comment, and tag 2 friends. And that's it. August 31st, we'll go live and determine a winner. Good luck. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's show. Today, me and Shelby Shannon, we're going to take a look back at Montana. So we're going to reflect back on our hunt and what we did right, wrong, and learn from it. Lessons learned. All right, what's up, Shelby?
Hey, Brandon, what's going on, man? We finally arrived up here in Virginia. Took us a few days traveling. Had the wife, had the dog, so took a little extra time. But we finally arrived and looking to get settled in here in the new job and hopefully end up living in West Virginia if all goes right. How about you, man? What's going on in Texas?
Man, I'm glad you made it, dude. That's awesome. I know it's a lot of stuff going on right now. Y'all moving, and I can only imagine. Man, I hate moving.
No doubt.
But I'm glad y'all made it. Man, Texas is still the same, brother. Still hot. It is miserable, but can't complain. Did a little fishing, I guess, since the last time I talked to you, so can't complain at all, buddy. But
yes, I miss fishing, brother. That's for sure, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rub it in. You leaving Florida?
Yep.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to look back at our trip in Montana that we did back in September of 2020. This was an archery elk hunt. And we're just going to tell the story just like it happened or how we remember to the best of our ability. And then we'll do some reflecting. What do you think?
That sounds good to me, man.
All right. So first off, man, you left Florida. You drove to my house and met me. And what was that, like 16 hours for you just to get here, right?
Yeah, it was 15, 16 hours. I drove straight through, get up there, and which I've been, I'm used to driving 15. Just when I was hunting in Illinois every year, that was about 15 hours where farmer's house where we'd stay at. So it wasn't too bad, but that was just the beginning.
Oh man, I know, man. It was, I tell you, it was 30 hours, a little over 30 hours from Houston, and I have a 3-hour drive to Houston. So it was 33 hours just for me. So, dude, that was like buku hours for you, man.
Yeah.
So,
So that 15-hour trip seems small
oh yeah,
after
it's
after driving to Montana.
quarter of the way. So it took us from Houston 30 hours, and we were in the southwestern part of the state of Montana. Um, so it's not like we wasn't at the north part, thank goodness. Um,
Mm.
yeah, that's enough in a truck. Well, and I really like the way we rotated. You remember how we did that, like 4 and 4 or something, like
Oh yeah, yeah, and then
taking the breaks and
taking a rest in the back seat, man,
yeah.
that was that was definitely a good plan.
Shoot, yeah, that helped. I mean, we didn't get much rest, but shoot, man, 4 hours we were out and back at it again, and it wasn't no long, no 8-hour sessions. Because man, I really like that. I've did it a couple different ways, but that one worked out. Anyway, so we made it to the place where I did all the research. Man, I used Onyx. Spent a ton of time researching this area, and I don't even know, like 1,500 waypoints or something. It's just stupid. But we finally made it, and we decided to go to this one area, and we timed it to where we were going to get there like mid-afternoon or something, right? We were going to do some glassing. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
what.
that was we had you had a couple glassing points set up, and we planned on getting there around noonish, and we were gonna hit these glassing points and see if we can't put some eyes on elk or at least hear them.
Yeah, I know. Me and you, like going in, we had talked on the way up and everything. Man, we were super pumped. You know how everybody is when it was just super pumped. You're wide open getting there. Can't sleep hardly. And we got there. This was the first time in grizzly country. So man, we were both hands on our pistols, looking over our back. I can
Well,
remember.
I never forget when you asked me. You said, "Hey, are you comfortable with maybe hunting grizzly country?" Of course, Florida boy. Biggest bear I've ever had to deal with is a black bear. So
Yeah, shoot,
that
me
was
too.
truly another level.
Yeah, I guess everybody kind of perceives it wrong. I know I did. Um, people that's not ever been in grizzly country or don't live there or don't interact with grizzlies, man, they automatically like, oh my god. What are you gonna do? You better carry a big gun. And of course we did, but now that we have experienced it and everything, we kept a clean camp and we kind of respected the game, I guess you could say, and it really ain't no big deal no more.
Yeah, I remember doing a lot of YouTubing and video watching and bear attacks and
That's probably the
seeing how
wrong
many
thing.
bear attacks was in our area.
Yeah, that's probably the wrong thing to look at. I did the same thing.
So even though the primary weapon of choice was the bear spray, I like options, so I made sure to have both pistol
Shoot,
and
yeah,
bear spray.
yeah, definitely. I had both. Yeah, no doubt. And I was probably a little. I had a smaller pistol than probably what I should have had, but everything going on last year, and we couldn't get ammo. You couldn't get a gun. Yeah, so I just had to deal with what I had. But anyway, oh yeah, you speaking of bear attacks, man. Remember there was 4 in 2019, just in the month of September. There was 4 attacks in the area that we went to.
Mm,
So
yeah,
they were thick. But we went we
and
went straight in
I
there.
remember when we laid eyes on that country, bro. I remember us both saying this: if I was a grizzly bear, this is where I would live.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt. But I just remember having that edge when me and you left the truck that day. It was still broad daylight, and we left the truck. Looking over our shoulder, and that night it was a rough night, man.
Yeah,
So we made it up there to the glassing point, and man, I Googled Earth this stuff, and onyx and the mapping, and everything I could do. I was online scouting, and everybody knows, man, the freaking Google Earth lies. It is a liar. And this little hill that we thought was a little hill, it ended up being 2 miles straight up, and it almost killed us trying to get up that thing.
Yeah.
For real, man. We gung ho right out the gate, and we trying to run up this freaking straight up mountain. And I remember, man, we got up there, and then we couldn't even glass. So I wanted to glass around the back of a bowl, and the timber was a lot taller than what it looked like. So we were just up there. We couldn't do nothing, no glassing point or nothing. Oh, our freaking right off the bat, man, we got our feet just wet, and I remember that evening, man, we just pushed it way too hard, and we didn't take any breaks hardly. Let our stuff dry out, man. We got blisters on the way back.
Yeah, I remember the the heels. It felt like the skin was peeling off my feet, but that's how bad it was burning. But yeah, we definitely. I think what did we make it? I think that was like 8,000, 8,500, something like that.
I think so.
Feet?
Yeah. I just know that I measured it out on Onyx and stuff, and it just didn't seem that far. It's like, oh, a mile and a half, that ain't bad, But yeah, it was like, for real, 2 miles straight up, just miserable. But yeah, I'm glad we had that moleskin, man. I think we broke it out the first evening.
Yeah, we definitely needed that for sure, because if not, we may not have made it out of camp the second day.
Oh yeah, we were miserable. So we made it back to the truck, and I think we got there before dark. We were still kind of half scared, so we wanted to beat dark and set up camp and everything, because we just pretty much got our gear together and shagged it. But we set up camp, and I think we cooked some elk or something, didn't we? I forgot what we cooked.
I think it was. I think we did cook some elk. I think it was from your elk that you killed, Colorado, right?
I think it was, yes. Yeah, in 2019. Yeah, we cooked some elk, and I remember, dude, that night was a horrible night. I put that old tarp at the end of that trailer. We were in like a 10 or 12 foot enclosed trailer.
Yeah, I think it's 12 foot single axle.
Dude, we set up our cots, and I remember Shelby, he went to sleep before me, and he was snoring and all kinds of stuff, and dude, I just couldn't sleep, and I was just thinking of a grizzly bear, yanking my legs out the trailer. Dude, was it me or was it you? We woke up screaming. I forgot.
I think it was you, dude.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, I had a dream. And the tarp blew. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the tarp blew, and it like blew over my feet. And I was already having dang dreams, and I was going in and out of sleep with this dang grizzly bear, jerking me out the trailer. And man, it was all this is going on, right? This tarp rubbed against my leg. In the middle of the night, it was kind of a bright moon, so I can half see. And then, I'm still scared, and I've closed my eyes. And about that time, the cot collapsed.
Yeah, my cot collapsed on me.
Yep, you hit the floor.
I remember you jumped up. Hey,
hey. Dude, I was hollering, man. And all this was going on at the same time.
I thought you seen something. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to take us.
Oh, dude. If we had a dang camera rolling with a bunch of rookies that never been in bear country on our first night.
Oh, bro. We could have won $10,000 on that.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Because I was having some dang nightmares, and then the cot collapsed, and it was just the loudest bang ever, and I felt like we were being jerked out of the dang trailer, man.
Well, I kind of knew what happened to me, but then when I heard you yell, I'm like, oh God,
I scared
Brandon
the
seen, Grizzly got him.
yeah. Oh man, yes. Needless to say, it was a horrible first night of sleep for me. I think that's about normal for newcomers in grizzly country.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that which night was it? Was that? Well, I don't remember now, but I know you. One night I remember I thought you woke us up and you said, "Hey man, the grizzly sounds like a bear's in the trash." We had to remember we had that big
Oh
old
yeah, yeah.
bag. We had it sealed up.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, man, I hear a bear. I think I hear a bear.
Yeah, everything was a bear. Every wind blow, yeah, everything was a bear. Yeah, that kind of went away after 2 or 3 nights, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But we decided to give this area, man, because I've marked a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of good points and saddles and water hole. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a big bowl in this area, man. A beautiful country, and I know it had elk in it at one time. We decided to give that place one good full day before we rode it off. So the next day we woke up and, man, we went to another spot that I had marked for a glassing point that was kind of more in line with that bowl. Sure enough, we went to that saddle, we cracked off a bugle, we didn't hear anything. So we went to that glassing point, and man, you can see back there a good bit. That timber is a lot taller than we thought it was. We set up right there on that it's a tip of a mountain. Like we were at the tip of the iceberg right there for a little while. See all the way back there to that bowl. We didn't see anything, so we decided to bail off into the thick, dark timber. And man, lay downs and the oak underbrush was so thick. It was horrible. But we made it 4 or 5 miles, I think, back. And we ended up seeing some bear poop. But no elk sign, man. There was absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we seen more bear sign than we seen elk sign.
Yeah, for sure. It didn't take long. We kind of wrote that place off right there. We were done with that place. It didn't take long. Yeah, there was no old sign, no fresh sign, no nothing. So the next day we decided to move. So we packed up our camp and we headed down south. There was 2 or 3 trailheads and some well-known areas. We just kind of, while we packed up the trailer anyway, we was going to ride and look. I had some stuff marked. I just want to look and see, the terrain and everything, see if it would be possible to make a hunt out of it. And we went down there and we pretty much just stayed in the truck. We checked a few trailheads, and one of those trailheads that I wanted to go on, man, it was rough. And there was about 7 or 8 horse trailers there, and packers coming out, packers going in. Oh, man, it was a busy little trailhead. We couldn't stay there either, didn't we? We couldn't camp there or something?
Yeah, we thought we were going to be able to camp there, but we had to actually come back. We looked at onX, and I think we had to come back a little ways from it to find a spot that we actually could camp.
Right, in BLM or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to leave that whole area, that whole unit entirely, and we went to another unit, and it was that day. Yeah, we went to another unit and we pulled up. Did we spend the night? No, we didn't, did we? We went straight over there, right?
Yeah, I think we went straight over.
It was early that morning, that's right. Because we rode those places off pretty early and we went straight over there. That's right. So we found this new area, and I had a bunch of waypoints at this area too. And it was a good area. I should have had it for plan A, but it ended up being like plan C at this time. So we're writing these areas off pretty quickly. It don't take very long, and we're knocking them off the list. And that's pretty much what we did. We was just going to these places and eliminating them. So we went to that place. We dropped the trailer. We had a 4-wheeler. So we jumped on a 4-wheeler and hit a trail. And we rode to the fence. And there was a saddle. Didn't we check that saddle that day? We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we went up. We went up and checked this saddle. And there were some tracks and stuff on it. Looked like it was a couple days old, so there's some kind of potential. Let me think.
I think that was the first actual decent sign. Was nothing great, but decent sign that we had at least found.
Right. Yes. Yes. That was I think the first good semi-fresh tracks that we seen was on that saddle.
Mm-hmm.
We was all getting excited. I remember that now. But there was people over there, man. We parked by a trailer and a truck, and he was coming.
Yep.
He was coming out on a side by side or something, and then, man, that little road was busy road. There was horse trailers, and there was camps, and there was a truck actually parked where we ended up camping, down there on the bottom. So it was a busy little area. Yeah, we found that saddle. Oh, that's when we went over to the backside of it, and that's when I seen that bear, right?
Yeah.
Seen that bear.
Yep.
It was a black bear, a little black bear. And on the backside of that saddle, man, it was just gnarly, deep, dark timber, rocks, and yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I remember saying this is definitely grizzly country.
Oh yeah, when he said that, I'm like, for sure. If you ever get in an area, and there were several areas like this, actually, in the other area we went to, or later on, a few days later. If you ever feel like you're in an area, you just get that gut wrenching feeling, and the hair stand up on your back, and you just like, oh, this is a bad place to be. Yeah, there was a lot of those. And you just know if a grizzly bear lives anywhere around here, he's going to be here. And later, that did come true. But so that day, yeah, we found some sign, and so it started looking up for us, So that was day. That was still day. No, it was day 2. That was day 2.
Day 2.
Yep. We ended up hunting down, and that's when the storm blew in. That's the day the storm blew in.
Sideways snow.
Yep. Day 2 was the long day, wasn't it? Or is that day 3?
Oh yeah, no, I think
it was
day 2.
I think
it was day 2.
Yeah, day 2, man. We were going all day. I swear that day never ended. So day 2, we started out on the other side. We went to this new unit, hiked up. We checked the saddle. We glassed the bear. We come out of there because the wind started blowing. Man, it started blowing a storm up. It started sleeting. And we were just trying to get off of that dang mountain. We made it back to the camp, and man, as soon as we made it back to the truck and trailer, it was blowing sideways snow, man. Yeah, it was coming. We sat in the trailer.
Yeah, that had to have been 30, 35, 40 mile an hour wind.
Oh, yeah. It was sideways. Nobody wanted to be out there and that stuff. Heck no. But we ended up sitting in a truck a couple of hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got in a truck. I think we packed all of our stuff up and got in a truck. And that's when we decided to move. There was a deep canyon, pretty much where those elk was going over the saddle into that deep, nasty, grizzly-infested place. That was a canyon, deep, dark timber. I wanted to go around. There was a road we can get in that we can access. I wanted to get down in there and check it out. Especially if those elk were going down in there, because we didn't really know where they were going, but their tracks was going up and over. We just didn't know where. And the snow finally slacked up enough. We were in the truck and we took off. We got over there that evening, and it was still kind of sleeting. Kind of a miserable. I don't know what you call it, man. We were wet, wasn't we?
Yeah. It was just sleeting enough and melting quick enough that it just it just would seep in on you because the longer you were out there, it just kind of just layered you with wetness.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, we were on the four-wheeler riding around just exploring. And oh man, we had gloves and we were all wrapped up on each other like ice and wet. We were just, oh, miserable.
Yeah, I remember asking you, Brandon, how far are you gonna go, bro? What are we looking at?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. We was trying to debate on what we were going to bring. Remember? It was like
Yeah.
we wanted to bring the minimum stuff. Make sure we got our jacket and gloves and stuff. We ended up going in that deep, dark canyon, and dude, that trail went forever, and it was like there was trees blowed over, and we were using the winch to pull out the trees, and oh,
Yeah.
it was crazy. We got all the way to the back, or as far as we could go, really.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that creek, and there's
Yeah, we crossed that creek.
yeah, we crossed the creek, and you could tell this trail, it's been used, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. There was some fresh trees blown over from that storm, but man, we got back there, and I can remember finding this little turnaround spot where there's an old camp, and there was some, it's like an old camp made. They had some stuff tied onto some trees and some old logs and stuff. They burned them, and dude, it just felt like a grizzly bear was watching me.
Definitely.
It's like a den of all dens.
Yeah, and it wasn't very wide.
No, yeah. So, dude, if we were gonna get blindsided, like, yeah, I
Yeah, we
thought,
were almost in that what was like a fatal funnel.
yeah, oh yeah, they could have got us. Yep, we got out of there. But we didn't know. We knew there was a storm coming, but we didn't know to the extent of how bad it's going to be. I mean, that's why I wanted to get down in that canyon, because we were kind of protected down there. And when we went down there, we actually seen it's an old house or cabin or something, and then there was a horse barn or mule barn or whatever. And you could tell that people had been using that for their pack mules and stuff. There was hay and stuff in there. There's spoiler tracks in there. They parked their buggies or whatever. But dude, we got back, and you remember digging that hole? trying to get those doors open.
Yeah, that one door wouldn't open enough so we could back the trailer in there, and it was like a stone or something or rock.
Yeah, it was rocks. Yeah, we had this little makeshift shovel thing that you had bought, and it like foldable shovel or something. Man, we were like,
that old it's an old high speed looking e-tool. It's got all kind of tools,
Yeah.
knives and whatnot, and a sharp edge. Man, I mean, cranking that joker out, and we were beating the snot out of them rocks, dude.
hey man, that thing worked, dude. It did.
It did. We got that door open.
Yeah, man, we
It
worked.
took a while, but
Yeah, we worked our butt off. You could tell they were been only opening one door, and it was just wide enough for a buggy to go in there. But we wanted to back our little trailer in there, out of that storm, man, because it was coming.
yeah, dude, that by that time when we were down there, and again we were down in the bottom. I could imagine up top, but I know that when we were down in the bottom with that horse trailer, that's every bit of 60+ mile an hour winds.
Oh, it was horrible.
Easy.
Yeah, that was the worst night ever. Yeah, that storm blew through there, and I'm very glad we were down in the bottom, but I don't know, maybe a foot of snow, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Foot of snow that night, and a stupid wind, man, stupid wind, and it was so cold. We were freezing our butt off in that little trailer, even under, and in the barn.
In the barn, we had some protection. We had the walls of the trailer, which I mean that trailer's not insulated, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely didn't have my thick, sleeping bag. I think my sleeping bag was 30 or 35 degrees.
Yeah, I think mine was a 30. Yeah, I was.
And I tested every bit of that 30.
Yeah, Oh man, that was pretty cold. We had the heater going. Or yeah, you
Yeah,
got
we had. Didn't we do the propane?
the propane cooker or something, right?
Propane cooker.
We
We had
did.
that thing going.
Had that thing going, and dude, it was like ice. It was. I do remember it was ice inside the trailer. Oh, it
Yeah,
was. Oh, it was cold. We ended
my
up.
old diesel truck, bro. It was. I don't even think it was reading the temperature. I think it was just reading ice.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. It was bad. I think about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or something. We got in the truck, cranked it.
Cracked that sugar.
Yeah. But that morning we woke up, packed up everything again, and let me tell you, have you ever slept in a horse barn?
That's the
Dude,
first for me, brother.
dude, like legit, like poop and hay and yeah, it's like legit. Yeah. So all that was in the trailer. So you can imagine tracking in and out. Yeah, whatever you'll do to get warm, right?
And we tracked in and out.
Oh, yeah. We pretty much slept in poop.
That's pretty much what we did. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. We was kind of worried we was going to catch that place on fire because all the hay, remember?
Yeah.
But anyway, the next morning we got up and we got up out of there. Luckily, there was rocks on the road. We was able to climb up out of there, and we went on around to the same place where we climbed the saddle and over there by that fence. And man, like I say, it's like a foot of snow. And this is day 3. And as soon as we got out of the truck, we didn't make it. I don't know, 3/4 of a mile, something like that.
Yeah.
And we, I think I bugled. Did I bugle or he bugle first? I think
Did you what?
I think I bugled first, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I cracked off a bugle, then this bull answered me. We were in like an opening, and we were going to cut across this field, but before we did, I wanted to check it, just sound check. And man, I cracked off a bugle, and dude, our first bugle, he lit up, and I guess he was up a little bit higher. Well, I know he was up higher, but it just sounded like he was a lot closer than what he was.
Oh yeah, dude. We thought we were on top of him.
Yeah, we got all fired up, and it sounded like he was at the edge of this field, which is only 300 or 400 yards long or whatever. We thought he was right there, and dude, we got fired up. We like made a plan to circle around and get the wind right, and we started moving in on him. I think he bugled one more time or something, and
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
gone.
He sounded off one more time, and that was it.
Yeah, he was gone after that. So we eased up this mountain and man, straight up, in snow. And we just kind of made a beeline, and luckily I walked right up on to where he was standing, and there was fresh pea all in the snow. It was still kind of steaming. And
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that, dude. When you come up there, he's like, "Man, he was standing right here." I'm like, "Man, how do you know?" He said, "Look at this."
yeah. Oh, you
Seen
could
that
tell.
fresh pea, and it's like, God, oh, bro, that dude was just standing right here.
Yep.
Which then we realized how far away he actually was.
Yeah. And he was overlooking that whole area, and just the way he was facing, you could tell, man, that sound carried off. Yeah, yeah. I already knew what happened. And you could tell, man, the way he was peeing, you could tell he was bugling, and how everything moves right there. You could tell that's exactly what he was doing. But we seen all his cows, dude. It looked like he had 7 or 8 cows. We ended up backtracking. We had to make a choice. We're gonna track them down, or we're gonna backtrack them. So he's like, man, let's see where they come from. So we backtracked them, and a couple 100 yards, we found their beds. So yeah, we didn't make it too far. We found their beds, and we ended up sitting down for a minute or something. Right, took a little break.
Yeah, yeah. And then I mean, and my nose is nowhere good at all, and I could smell how musty and just,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, God, dog, bro, and them jokers laid right here, peed right there.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah, they
It's
reeked.
not like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they reeked, and you can see everything going on in that snow, you know. But anyway, so we turned around and we followed them. We was like, man, let's go track them. I know we're not gonna catch up to no elk. You know, they step 4 feet and we step in 1 or 2. You know, but
Yeah, well, you even said that. You even said, look, dude, ain't no way we're gonna catch up with them unless they bed down again. So
yeah,
they cover too much ground.
oh yeah, yeah. You seem like you're always behind. But we decided to just follow them anyways. Like, man, you know, what if they're milling or something? Because they were nowhere near us. We didn't spook them. You know, they were on a mission. You could tell. So I was like, man, what if they bed somewhere and we can sneak up on them, whatever, you know? So I know they were going to bed. Um, we followed them around. We went up around the point of a saddle, and then we dropped over the backside of that dark timber. And I just remember it was so cold and dark and quiet. Dude, we slipped through there. It took us forever to slip through there. It was so quiet.
Yeah, that was that was a little steep slipping down through there too.
Oh
As
yeah,
dark as and thick as it kind of got.
yeah. We stayed on their trail though. It's kind of weird the way they went over. If from where he was standing, from where his pee was, if he would have turned and went straight up, he would have went straight to that big saddle and straight over. That would have been easy. But they did not. They circled around, kind of side hill, and went over a little point, which is not a very big incline. And then they went all the way around the backside, side hilled all the way back around to this saddle. And we were just like, what are they doing, you know? And I know elk will use the easiest route, even though you know it may be a further route. It's better than climbing straight up if you don't have to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess that's what they were doing. There was a good trail. We can even see it in the snow, man. There's a distinct trail back there. You can tell that's what they've been doing. That's what they usually do. We made it to that saddle, and it's a big, long saddle. It's like 300 or 400 yards long, wide
Mm-hmm.
open, and beautiful. We ended up just it's about noon already then, I think. Had some lunch and stuff there. Took a little siesta. So when we got up, we decided to go. We went south around the other mountain, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We went all the way over to the other end.
Yeah, we went south. We stopped. We made a few bugles, a few stands or whatever. Didn't get any responses, and we wanted to be away from there before dark, so we kind of started making our way back to the truck, easing down the mountain, and that's when we stumbled upon this freaking. There's a fence line, and you could see some tracks and stuff going on. We couldn't tell what was going on, and dude, this one little post, man. Yeah, you can see the claws in this post. I don't know if they sharpen their claws. I don't know what's going on. Some kind of territorial marking or something. Maybe somebody can educate me on that. But dude, you can see his claws was like wide as my hand and just tore that post just all up.
Yeah, I don't know if he was marking or sharpening or both, but yeah, you could definitely tell, dude. That
Yeah.
was a stud.
I mean, I know they like claw trees and stuff, right? And like, deep claw marks in trees. But
Yeah, well, I mean, they're marking their area, basically telling other bears you better stay out.
I guess that's what this little post was. But you wouldn't think he'd do it to a post, but he sure did, man.
Yeah, he ripped that joker up.
But we headed on down. That evening was pretty quiet. After that, that was the only little bugle and action we got in on that day. So day 4. day 4 is when we woke up. We camped right there. Oh, man. So day 3 night. I know you ain't going to forget this one. It's the first night we took a bath.
Oh, I'll never forget that one. What was it, 30?
Oh, my Lord.
What was it, 28 or 30 degrees, something like that?
It was in the 20s.
Yeah, I want to say it was 20.
It might have
20
been.
something.
It was in the low 20s, if I recall right. We decided to take a little half spit bath kind of shower. You know, we had a little shower system, and we had a little heater, a little propane shower heater thing. You know, and of course we had all of our water. We brought water with us, and we was going like, oh yeah, we're just gonna turn this propane thing on. We're gonna heat it up like 5 minutes or something like that, and we're gonna take a little shower, man.
We're going to take a hot shower.
Yeah, a hot shower. Well, my brother had let me use this little propane shower thing, and he's like, oh, I tested it out. You know, it works. And, you know, I didn't test it out. I just loaded the thing up and let's go, you know. Dude, we got up there. We broke it out. You know, I was listening to his instructions, and, you know, this is how you light it, and this and that. And, man, it just all seemed great. But it didn't work. It didn't work. So.
Yeah, we hooked up the little propane, the little small propane deal.
Yep.
First.
Oh yeah.
And
yep.
I forget how long we waited.
Yeah.
For that joker to heat up, but it dang sure did.
Yeah, it never did nothing, man. Anything is struggling in that cold
weather.
And
didn't we hook it up to the big propane tank?
Then when we went to the fish cooker. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We were definitely troubleshooting this little propane thing. We were trying to get this baby working. You know, we done had the hot shower in our mind, and it was like it felt like -50 out there.
With the wind blowing.
With the wind blowing.
Oh my God.
We couldn't even put up the canopy. The wind was blowing so hard.
Right.
But we couldn't get the little propane thing working, so it was like, shoot, man, we got this fish cooker or whatever. Let's boil some water. We'll boil a pot of water, put it in this bucket, and had this little battery operated shower pump. That's how we'll do it. So that's what we did. I think I was the first one to go, and I boiled like 2 pots of water and put in this bucket of half frozen ice. And I kid you not, we were on the tailgate, or I was on the tailgate of this trailer. You know, I didn't want to get all the inside of the trailer where we're going to sleep. I didn't want to get that wet, you know, so I was on the outside of it. And man, the wind was like 30 miles an hour and just cutting right through me. And it's one of those screaming moments. As soon as the water hits you, you're just screaming. And man, I'm just like trying to hurry fast as I can. And I kid you not, when I poured the water on me, my little shower, you know, I hit the button and got it on me. By the time it hit the tailgate, the floor, it was ice. And I was in my Crocs. About busted my butt. I couldn't stand up. It was like instant ice. I mean, nothing I could do. And the hot boiling water, it was cold water. It wasn't frozen, but with that wind blowing, man, I felt like I was frozen. Yeah, I don't even know what got washed and what didn't, but I hurried up and I was in the truck, screaming.
Yeah, I remember. I had that truck, which thank God I did. I cranked the truck up. I had it full blast on heat, everything heat, the heated seats, everything going. And I remember you coming in there, dude. I mean, oh God, I should have went first.
Yeah.
Dang it, I should have went first. You tell me, oh, it ain't that bad, bro. It ain't that bad.
Yeah. I just the aching and the 1,000 needles feeling of thawing out, man. Just that hurt.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that sucked.
Well, I remember when I poured that boiling water in there, dude. I didn't wait no time. I immediately started, and I can remember distinctly that I had about 2 seconds of that felt warm, and then the rest of it was pain.
Yeah. Oh. Mm.
And I gotta say, that's probably one of the quickest showers I've ever taken in my life.
No, you ain't lying. And you was in the military. Yeah. Man.
That was brutal, and definitely, I'm glad you told me, dude. If you hadn't told me that water was freezing by the time it hit the tailgate, oh man,
Mm.
I'd have busted it big time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause you walked out there with slick ice on the freaking tailgate already. Yeah. It's like trying to ice skate out there trying to take a shower.
Trying to take a shower, dude, with 30-mile-an-hour wind. We had the truck trying to partially block it.
Mm.
Yeah, it was. Mm.
Yeah, next time I think I'll just
I
wait.
gotta say that after it was all done, after the pain, the freezing, almost hypothermia, it was like, man,
Kind of felt
we're
okay.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt clean.
Yeah. I think I'll just wait next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting.
Another day would have been all right.
Yeah, because I think it actually warmed up a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, that sucked. But we woke up that next morning, and we're just gonna give this place a try again. So we're just gonna hit it. We're just gonna attack it from a different area. Eventually, we're gonna lead ourselves back to this saddle because that's where 80% of the sign was anyway. So we were just gonna see where these elk were going because they were moving through, and man, we just couldn't figure out where they were coming from, and there was pressure on that one side. So we was gonna attack it from a different way and see what these elk are doing. And we hit it. We went south. We ended up getting on a trail of looked like a couple cow tracks or something that walked through the snow at night. And we followed them around. We actually seen one or two sets of human tracks. We walked through this big pasture and headed up the same mountain or the same ridge line, just from a different area or a different attack approach or whatever. And so we circled around and started coming up, and that's when we seen the first wolf track. That's the first wolf track I ever seen.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a first for me because you don't see many wolves in Florida.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so we were like, man, it was way bigger than a coyote. I'm used to coyotes, and this thing, big as my fist. But we headed up towards this saddle, the same saddle. There's two saddles in this area, and this was the one with the most sign on it. It seemed like they were using to go up and around and over and stuff. And that's when we seen the grouse. And man, I was like, how Randy Newberg, he's grouse hunting, right? So as soon as I seen a grouse, like, oh yeah, we're gonna eat good tonight.
Heck yeah, man. I was wanting to eat grouse so bad.
Oh man, dude, I think we did like 7 or 8 freaking grouse stalks on this hunt total.
Oh, for sure.
But dude, we stopped. There was like 7 or 8 in this little, I guess, a covey or whatever. And man, they flew up in a tree, and we put a little stalk on, and they flew away. So we ended up making our way to the saddle through a thicket. When we got there to the saddle, guess what we seen? Fresh tracks again. It's like we were always 1 or 2 steps behind,
Yep. Didn't know if they was moving early in the morning, late in the evening.
Yeah, we had no idea. And they were coming and going. They wasn't just, one direction. They were like, man, they got to be coming through here at one point during the day. They have to be. And we know they used it that one time. So I was like, man, I tell you what, I don't like to do this. Let's just still hunt these suckers. Now, I've killed in my first one. I was still hunting on a saddle, and I killed it with a bow. So me and Shelby, we broke out the old whitetail hunting, you know, and we built a brush blind.
Yeah, then an old fresh brush blind, like old school.
Oh yeah, the old whitetail hunting skills. Yeah,
It was a great setup, man. I mean, it
it
was
really
actually a
was.
perfect ambush point for us. I mean, we were covered pretty much front and back, and you know, if we was going to ambush one, that was a perfect setup for
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure. It was a good setup for what it was. You know, we sat there pretty much all day. We got up there mid morning, and man, we sat up there to dark. And we rushed off that mountain that night.
Yeah, yeah, we kind of pushed that one to the edge, didn't we?
Oh man, yeah, I remember thinking, it's like, man, we got to get down out from here. It was getting dark way too quick. Yeah, we had some awesome headlights, but man, I don't want to be in the dark with grizzly bears if I don't have to. Especially with
Um,
the post, man, he'd tear me to pieces if he tear me like that post up, you know.
yeah, yeah, we had we had freshly seen that post, and then when we started coming down, that was one of the things that really kind of hit us. Is it was straight down.
Oh yeah, we could see the truck down there. We was like, oh yeah, ain't bad. We just go straight down here. Oh man, we bailed off that thing, and what looked like low brush. By the time we bailed off down in there, man, it was 8 foot tall stuff, and you couldn't see nothing. You didn't even know where you was at. I had to, line myself out on Onyx. Because once we bailed off down in there, yeah, it was no idea where the truck was at.
No,
And we were,
and I know we was coming around that deal, and we were kind of trying to side hill it down that steep stuff, and
uh
we hit this little open spot. Man, I'll never forget that deal. 'Cause you was like freaking out, like you saw either an elk or a grizzly. You didn't know what it was.
yeah.
I was, I was like, oh my God, here we are, and we're in shoulder deep brush.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even know where we was at. We was trying to make it to the truck before dark. Man, here it is, dusky dark. Where your eyes play tricks on you. Yeah, and we were moving quick. We were like running off of this hill or mountain, and I don't even know why we didn't. I think we had our headlights on. But I don't know. We were like in and out. I didn't want to have it on the whole time, save battery or whatever. But we were moving pretty swift and quietly. And I remember I just pretty much ran into this animal. And it was a big, dark animal. And dude, that scared the crap out of me. I think we scared it. It scared us. About pulled a gun on it. Yeah. Oh.
I definitely had my bear spray out.
Yeah, bear spray and guns flying, man. But we got the heck out of there. We made it back to the camp right at dark. But after,
Yeah, well, it was close, dude, because we was running down that fence line,
oh
and
man,
you fell in a hole. I don't know what kind of hole it was, but to me, it just looked like you just sat down, like you was tired, and you just sat down on your butt.
hmm
But that wasn't the case.
I do not know how I did not break my leg in that hole. I really don't.
I don't either. That should. I thought for sure it was an MCL, ACL, massive destruction on your knee.
Yeah, because we were like fast paced walking. We were making some strides down through there, and it was like some sagebrush is what it was, kind of tall, 3 or 4 foot tall sagebrush, and I was running down a cow trail, and dude, all of a sudden, I was waist deep in a hole on one leg, and I had my pack, my bow, I had all my junk on me. Yeah, it didn't feel good.
Yeah, you sat there for a second. I'm like, what was? Are you all right, bro? And when you come out of that hole, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, headlight come on after that.
Yeah, it did. We had old Texas torch come out, and You said you was good, and we said we keep the trucks over there. Let's go. We're going.
My dumb butt should have had it on already. I would have seen everything. Yeah.
Well, I didn't think we wanted to attract the grizzlies. I think that's what kind
Yeah.
of the thinking we was. If he couldn't see our lights, maybe he couldn't find us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So we got back to the camp and we made a decision that these elk, they were elk there, and we always heard and kind of go by, you don't leave elk to find elk, but we kind of made the decision that the way this area was kind of laid out and the way the elk were responding and how smart they were, and we were always behind them, one step behind them, and the terrain, we couldn't hunt the terrain correctly to be successful in the few days we had left. We didn't feel like we needed to waste more time there. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So
for sure.
I didn't want to be sitting no saddle, still hunting elk for the next couple of days because that's about our best chance that we had, and I just didn't want to do that. I'd rather go to a new area, find new elk, fresh elk, and that's pretty much what we did.
Yeah, I mean, we evaluated the situation. Come up with the percentages were not high for us to still hunt there, even though that was a great spot.
It was.
Sure, great spot, no doubt about it. But without having a trail camera or some kind of idea of when those elk were actually using it, yeah, our percentages was pretty low. And I think, what did we say? We gave a couple days at least.
Yeah, we gave it 2 days, two good days. That was enough. The next day we went to, that morning, we got up super early that next morning, and packed our stuff up. I'm all about going and finding new areas. I had a bunch of more waypoints and stuff. It ain't like we didn't have nowhere else to go. We just decided to move along to plan D or E or whatever it was, go down the alphabet of plans of elk hunting.
Right.
We packed up and went on an adventure. We hit this.
Yeah, that's a pretty long ride we took.
Yeah, we went, I think, the next unit over, and hit this dirt road. It took about an hour and a half of going down this road.
Slow rolling.
It was, rocky, it was nasty, long, windy little road. We were stopping here and there, glassing and stuff too. We never been there, We're just looking. And was it that day or the next day we seen a big old moose? We seen a huge moose down that road.
Yeah, I think it was that day.
That day,
No.
right? No, it was the second day.
Second day.
Yeah, we went through there. The second day we went through there. That day we seen the grouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one of those grouse stalks. Failed stalk. I jumped out of the truck and we walked off the road there a little ways and tried to get us another grouse. Man, we was hungry.
We need revenge on them grouse.
For real. Yep. For sure. But we made it to one of the main roads, so they're on that mountain range, and we went down that road. We were just exploring and seen a bunch of other camps and stuff like that. Well, I had a place marked that we were going to that I wanted to try, and this is one of the areas where the grizzlies was pretty thick, man. This is where the attacks like legit happened on the creeks, and we were making our way there, and man, we went up this big hill, and it like overlooked, man, most of the unit. It was beautiful. So we decided to park up there for a minute and kind of get in the back of the truck and take a break. I think we ate a sandwich or something. And we were glassing, we were just kind of screwing around. We were glassing around. I think that's when you actually seen our first legit bull, right? That's the first one.
Yeah, I think because we were checking out the elevation we were 9,000 or something. And doing some glassing. I was looking around. I was like, we ain't seen. I was just like, God, I was like, hey, does that look like an elk to you? I gave you the binos. You're like, dude, that's a bull, bro. That's a good bull. He bedded down. And I remember, I think he said to me, he's like, dude, we're going to go get him.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we laid eyes on him. And he was just laying down in the wide open. Like, there was like a little bitty field. You know, from up there, it looked like a huge field, but we know what it looks like as we walked up on his bed. But from up there, man, he was just in the wide open. We didn't see any other elk. We didn't see his cows, which we later found out he had cows. But he was just laying in his bed by himself. As soon as we found him, we was like, oh, yeah, let's go get him. You know, this is mid-morning.
Well, I mean, I remember you saying first, like, wait, we're trying to calculate because we wasn't the only hunters in the area.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you're like, there's no way, bro. That's got to be private. That's got to be something.
Yep.
It can't be public because why ain't everybody else finding them?
Mm-hmm.
You know, on them.
Is this right?
So we got out the Onyx. We looked at Onyx, man. We double checked, triple checked, and we're like,
public.
Dude, this man was on public.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And
let's make a plan.
We couldn't believe it because it was right there off the main road, man.
Yep.
Everybody just keeps passing on up. You know, they're going deep, deep, deep. And this sucker's laying down in the wide open. And we ended up, you know, I think while we were looking at Onyx and stuff and double checking, dude, he cracked off a bugle. You remember that little whiny bugle?
Yes.
And we knew for sure that kind of lit the fire right there. Let's go, you know. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this episode up right here. We're going to continue next week with the better half of the Montana hunt. We appreciate you sticking with us. Stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for listening to Zero Altitude Outdoor Podcast. We appreciate any feedback, positive or negative. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Zero Altitude Outdoor.